That's better. That is better. How problems made? Yeah, man. But I think it's working now. I think it's working now. So let's see. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about all that. I need to get better and all this stuff. Anyway, I think we are here and we're ready. Right, where are we? No, this should be... This is vertical now. This is vertical now, that's for sure. It should be. It's what I see anyway. So yeah, that's what it should be. That should be the only one live now, and that should be it. So right, so let's start by trying to get this to a bit of a round state. Hey BB. Oh, this is side heavy. Whoa, 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 whoa. So let's see. So let's see. We'll sort it. So now this is not for the weak-hearted. It's definitely not. So. Hey Mimi. Yeah, that's what I decided to try and do. So I'm just going to try to make this a bit round. I'm going to clean up the bottom here. I'm trying to make a ball from a log. This is a piece of oak that I sourced from my own forest back when I had one. So it's been laying around for quite some time. And this is going to be the bottom of it. So I'm just going to try to get rid of as much as I can. Brazil. Hello from Brazil. And I have about 3 hours to get this done, and I only spent like 20 minutes. So on just dealing around with stuff that was not necessary. But should be alright now. So yeah, I'm sorry if my camera goes off focus. I'll try to put it on manual focus, so that should be okay. I wonder, can I go faster? What will my lathe tell me? My lathe tells me this is just about as fast as it can go right now. That's 300 RPMs. But again, 300 RPMs is like rather fast with a piece like this. Now right now I'm not worried about getting a proper cut. I'm just worried about removing material. Yeah, it started out at about 38 centimeters. So it's a worm screw, but I always have a center to help out. So 38 centimeters, that's 40 something across. So you need like a 16 plus inch lathe to be able to do this. Also, you could cut off the corners, of course, that will help quite a bit. Also, you need a lathe with serious power to pull this off without like trying to ask it too much from the motor itself, right? Because having a 1 horsepower motor for this would be way too little. 2 horsepower would be on the edge. Yeah, so a 2 horsepower motor, in my opinion, will be close to what a 2 horsepower motor can do, and you need to baby it a little bit. But an industrial grade motor like the one I have on my one way with the 3 horsepower is plenty strong enough for this. And the 3-phase one, of course. Alright, now we can start to see a little bit of the grain that I was hoping would be in this piece. There's a bit of curling going on up here. So I was hoping that will happen. So that's some of the reasons why I chose this piece. Yeah, a little bit of pushback. It's when my gout's starting to jump a little bit because I'm not going slow enough. and I'm turning a little bit of air. That will make my gouge jump a little bit. But we're still getting some good curls, even though I'm not having proper technique. Now Cisco, hello, how are you doing? Okay. You see like a lot of cracks in here and all that. All this has to go away. I think I'm going to go to this depth for the bottom of the piece. And I'm just going to keep working this. To try to remove some materials. Seriously, when you fire lock to a sellable object. I mean, those videos do great. But a whole series like that, not good. Immoval, hello, how are you? Now this is really dark oak in here. Still a lot of rotten material out here, and completely solid out there. So yeah, but we've still got a little bit to go, some materials to remove, so let's just keep going. Hey Big Max, look at that, it's beautiful, isn't it? So my two favourite mods are both in the chat right now. That's cool. Oh yeah, by the way, the only mods I have. Yeah, I can't ship this one to you because I need it, because my old handles are like getting worn out. But as soon as we get new stock in, I'll make sure I ship one to you, man. Amar, hello. Hello, Judge. Welcome in, man. Romani, hello. I'm supposed to let me see what I can do. No people. Well, these handles are only available from Bird Group, so that's the only place you can get them. And to my knowledge, all those that I know that deals with them, we are the only one in Denmark I've seen carry these handles. I know it's weird and strange, but you know, it's just, for some reason, just how it is. see if I can get a little more speed on this. It's not a lot though. We're just almost touching 400 RPMs. So I just need to sharpen this really quick. And I think it's I think it's a 45-degree angle. I'm not sure though because I haven't used it in quite some time. It is. Okay. It's almost the right setting. So I'm not getting the I'm not getting the bevel all the way up. Yeah, but that's going to be fine for now because I'm getting the edge, which is the more important part of me roughing this. So that's going to be okay. The piece, it is just about 16 inches in that range. I don't add relief bevel on stuff like this. I could add a bottom gouge. That would be a reason to do it there, but not for all-purpose tool like this. Yeah, I think Robert Sorby should sponsor me, don't you think? I think they should. Hello, Benjamin. Maybe we should try and get a more shot from above. Red John, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Well wishing. I'm going to do a stream dedicated to him when I get back from vacation, because I'm going to miss his funeral, right? Because his funeral is going to be in the middle of my vacation, and I talk with people, And I talked with my grandmother as well and my other families and all that, and we talked and we talked and we talked. It's like, all right, my vacation starts tomorrow and we're going to be away for like 12 days or something, and his funeral is on Thursday. Good morning, Teton. How are you doing, man? So his funeral is on Thursday, and it's the middle of our vacation. So if we went to that, most of our vacation will be gone, and we cannot get a refund. And we cannot afford to take 2 vacations per year like that. So I talked to my grandmother, and she said exactly what I was thinking, that my granddad would have said I should just go on my vacation because that would be stupid of me to stay home just because of him, right? That's what he would say. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on vacation with my family and we're going to enjoy ourselves. And when I get back from vacation, I'm going to do a stream dedicated to him. I'm going to try to set up a donation so we can donate to the Alzheimer corporation or whatever to raise money for Alzheimer studies, and because he had dementia and they do dementia study as well. So my grandmother wishes that we donated to that foundation. So that's what I'm going to do. Try to raise all the money I can for that foundation. Yes. So I'm going to make that stream when I get back from vacation, and I'm going to figure out all the details on how that donation stuff is going to work. And the money should go straight to that foundation without any fees or surcharges or anything. It's what I think will be the best way of doing that. But yeah, we knew he was not long for this world. As soon as he got that brain hemorrhage, we knew that it was just a question about time. So this way, he died in his bed, in his sleep, on his own accord, without any drama, without anything, and that's how he wished it. Thank you today. My name is Benjamin, but thank you. But no worry about that. It's a horrible, horrible, horrible disease in my opinion. Hello, Hans. Ibrahim, hello. Good day, drop beer. That would probably be better. I think this is going to be like the bottom of the bowl. I think that would be a good shape. Because then it's going to be like really high. So I think this is a great place, and we got a big crack here as well, so I'm happy that most of that will go away. Just hoping that everything will look good here. Well, I think PPE is cool. So this is a fashion statement. Well, the color orange, well, it matches the shelf up back there, but you know, it is what it is. I think PPE is a cool look. So, but yes, thank you, man. Hello, dope man. How are you, man? You doing well? I could do that, Big Mac. I could. But either I'm going to stay with this, or I'm going to try to get a deal with 3M. It's going to be either way. So yeah, we'll see. Yeah, it's early, isn't it? We are making a big ass bowl, like a big motherfucker. That's why we got the big tools out. That one's dropping, isn't it? Yeah, it is. That's a little bit better. That's cool. Alright. Yes, yeah, I could do that. I could do that. The problem is the 3M is really expensive. I think it's like $1,800 US. But the one I'm wearing, you can get that for about $300 plus shipping. Let me just see. There it is. So that's a big difference, right? Also the prices of the filters are somewhat different. do that. Is that going to be okay? It doesn't kick out the tool too much because, like, the big handle I have, it's really heavy. So it's a counterweight because like banners like this, you got a big counterweight, so it doesn't kick on too bad. So you don't have to be strong. Thank you, Chalky. So let me try to remove the bulk of the materials on the side here to see if I cannot get this a bit more round. So I work with the wood I have. Often it is locally from local, that is local to me. For a project like this, it's almost always local timber because buying stuff like this will be expensive. So that will be oak, maple, ash, some of my favorites. That's what I use a lot of. Harry, this is going to be a big ball from a log. Now we're starting to get somewhere. Definitely starting to getting somewhere. See if we can get a little more speed on this. Not a lot though. Yeah, Ty's gonna work a lot with that stuff. It's beautiful, beautiful timber. Problem often being that it cracks really easy. If I know why it cracks. I think it's something to do with the moisture content of the timber and the hardness of it. But it's just a guess. I'm not sure. Ah, that was good. I'm back to it. see if we can get a little more speed. It's about 500 and my lathe has started wobbling. For clean chipping, yep, they need to be sharp. But right now they don't really need to be that sharp. The reason for they don't have to be that sharp right now is I'm not really after a good nice cut here. This is oak. Oh, this tool is dull. I think I'm going to be okay with switching to a smaller one because got most of it away. Now you all seen the difference from a sharp tool to a dull tool and how fast it goes as soon as the tool is sharp. Right. In my opinion, that's worth noticing. Yeah, mahogany is nice. And cherry is really nice to cut. It cuts really well. Mahogany is a little bit boring though. Michael, I'm making a big ball. So all of this from the bottom down, it's going to go away. All of this is going to be round. I don't think I'm going to leave this live edge here. I want a solid ball. And I've got a big crack here as well. I need to think something about doing. I don't know what to do with that yet. But so that's how far I am at the moment. Hello, Kendall. So we now add 800 RPM. And that is the main reason why I wear a face shield. All that just hit me straight up in the face. We got some rod and some fungus. That's not too bad, that's cool. So almost there, and the diameter. So I'm going to stop and start shaping it, the outside of the bottom of it. So we'll see where that's going to take us. But for now I'm just going to start rounding it. I just want like a nice ball shape, something like this. That's what I'm going after, you know, because they're like really nice, a bit deeper. It's going to be deeper though, but yeah, that's what I'm going for. Yeah, a curly piece is awful. If you don't know what a curly piece is, this is something with curly pieces and grains in it. It doesn't have too many swirls in it, but this is something that, you know, it's really nice to work with, but it's difficult. Yeah, that I just showed is stabilized, because it's poplar, and poplar is just awful wood really, but stabilized, yes. Okay, that tool is dull. Get a new one. It's a lot better. No, Mimi, you don't have to be strong to do this. Because Like, look at the bottom screen. So now I'm starting the cut, and I'm only using the backhand. If you're not strong, you just go a little bit slower. The front hand, only that does is keeping the tool in contact with the tool rest, and the bottom hand is just pushing it forward. So no, you don't have to be strong or anything. You find not often Facebook marketplace that people offering timber. They've just been cut down and they want people to come and collect it. And if you say you're a wood turner, they will gladly give you something. Like, you can probably often fill an entire trailer at one place and just give them like $100 for a trailer full, or make a better deal, or I mean, it really is not that hard to find timber. If you got a forest, it's a lot easier. The thing is, if wood turning is giving you a workout, you're doing something wrong. That's it, basically. So, if you're sore, your body hurts and all that, you're doing stuff wrong. You're trying to force it instead of just letting the tool work for you. My grandfather gave me a lathe when they moved out of their house and into an apartment. So he needed to clean out his workshop, and he had an old lathe that was well over 100 years old at the time. And he gave that to me. And that's how I got started. I thought, well, this is cool, I'll give this a try. And so yeah, that's how I started that. How you get hurt? We should not supposed to get hurt, but you know, if your body aches, the muscles, is that what I'm talking about? That varies quite a bit depending on what kind of timber you're working with. Because you know, some pieces you can make them into whatever you want, and then again there's some pieces that you have to listen to them. I know that sounds strange, but there's some pieces that you had to listen to figure out what shape would be best. So Nicola asked if I need to make a foot for my ball here. No, I'm not going to make a foot. All this is going to go away. It's going to be a lot of weighted material here, but I'm going for form, a form that I think is cool, instead of trying to make the maximum out of the timber. And I think that's really important as well. Trying to get the maximum size ball out of any piece of timber is not always a good approach. Sometimes you just have to do what you want and get the shape you want. That's sometimes, you know, more important. So yeah, we're getting close. The shape is coming along. I'm not going to go in any further than that. It's going to be like this. So I just need to finish that up a little bit, and I also need to take a little bit more off the side here, because I want this almost all the way gone. Resin is weird, and it's not for everybody. I find satisfaction in making like the really difficult stuff, like the stuff that where the timber dictates the shape. I find that really satisfying, but also I find that the most difficult, because and it's really time consuming as well. So that's another thing of it, because if the timber tells you what shape it wants, you have to follow that. You cannot just force it. But it takes a really, really long time to, you know, to follow that, because you need to stop, think and look all the time. Nicola asked, is this going to be a deep ball? It's going to be somewhat of a deep ball, yes. And I want to make it quite thin as well. Hence the reason why I am taking off so much of the sides of it, because all this soft white stuff here needs to go. I cannot work with that if it needs like a thin ball. So I need to take that away. And the more I go in, the deeper the ball is going to be. Oh, that was Big Macs. How do you write in Danish, dude? What the? Dude, you fucked me up there, sorry. I like a drug is addictive. Yeah, Clement, that happens. I did that, and this is 2 months worth of paycheck for me. So, yeah. Now, pull course like this gives awful surface, but is a nice and easy way to shape the piece. So, there are two sides of that story. Because I don't know, my tools are stalling really fast here. You need to use translate so you can help me. If wood is that expensive, well, some timber are expensive and some things are not. So it all depends on what you think is expensive. I have some timber, like this piece. This is $100, straight up. So that's $100. So yeah, that's, you know, it depends really. It's different kinds of woods that have different prices. If you treat it or not treat it or whatever. But yeah, one thing is, if getting wood that have just been cut down right and it's green and wet, that's the cheapest timber you can get. Like freshly cut down and it's green and just in a big log. That's the cheapest you can get. Now, then someone cuts it up in smaller pieces to make it manageable, or maybe cut it up into boards or planks or whatever. And that adds to it, because someone needs to get paid for the work. And that's why stuff getting a little bit more expensive. Just hold on a sec. Night time. So as soon as it's cut up into boards, someone needs to make money on that stuff. And then if it's kiln drying, well, someone needs to pay for the kiln. and the energy goes into drying it. So that's another cost added. So it's getting a big log of oak in the forest. That will cost you, let's say, a big log like this big will cost you about $100 per meter, roughly. Something like that. I reckon that how much it's going to be, like a really big old oak log. I look like something that need an ice cream now. Yeah, that would be great, Nikolai. But my son just asked me if I want some cold school, and I just refused it because it's going to be a little bit messy down here, right? But yeah, but then someone cuts it up, transport it out of the forest, cut it into boards, and the price goes up. So yeah, whenever someone handles stuff, and then of course there are timber that are difficult to find. Rosewood, for instance, there's not a lot of that around, and that's a bit more rare, so it's a bit more expensive. So everything adds up. I sit around with guys and talk about driver licenses. No, I don't normally, no. So let's see. We're getting really close to getting all that white stuff off. And we're going to leave a little bit, maybe. But yeah, this is a nice shape for it. I want a little bit more round it, but that's so this bump here is going to go. I need a little bit more off here. So we'll see. It could be that I end up taking something off the top of it. Did we hit 5,000 subscribers yet? Let's see. Started at 975. Oh yeah, 5,006 subscribers. There you go. That's a big milestone. 5,000. Yay! Well, actually, I'm really happy about that. That's cool. watt roll. So hell yeah, that's really cool. I mean, just a little bit more here and that would be good. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave it like that, and just work on the bottom now, and so I will be able to flip it around real soon, and get it chucked up. What's up with my gouges? They feel dull really fast. Big Macs, everybody here understands English. So even Nikolai does that. The problem with Nikolai is he has a hard time reading. He's a nice guy, I really like him, but he just has difficulty reading, so that's why he cannot keep up with the chat. Nothing, we're just turning. Thinking about what kind of jaws I should use. What other things I make? Well, I only make wood turning stuff, basically. So often I do these. It's a small hollow form and it's completely hollow. So, and it's hollow all the way out. And I do these quite often, and I think they're really nice and cool, and they're entertaining. I work with these as well. Gives a whole nother so yeah. But when I'm not streaming, I'm a salesperson and I sell wood turning equipment. And also I'm a production wood turner. So staircase spindles and stuff like that is it's something I do as well, quite often. Alright, so let's make a tenon here before all this gets away from me. Today's the first time I tried to make a ball. Well, Nikolai, nah, you'd know that's not true. I make a lot of balls. I just don't make them that often. I know you're joking, you're just trying to take a piss on me. That's fine. But actually last stream, I made a ball as well. The chisel, well, it cuts on the side that I offer up to the timber. So we got to cut here, the same on the other side and the tip. So it depends on how I angle it. Okay, so I need to take the speed down quite a bit. Now that is in the burn pile. I burn them, or my wife used them in her flower beds. If I'm not able to burn all of them, I give them away to my neighbor, who has a fire burning heater, central heating, so he can use them. So that's how my shavings is used. I do have a wood burning stove upstairs. Well, yeah, it's kind of a stove, isn't it? That I'm able to burn it in. So they'll be used for heat during the winter. But for barbecuing, they're not that great, really. Well, you can do that, Nikolai. Nikolai asked if you can let that cut off into a wine cork. And yes, you can do that. I don't want to. I'm just going to burn that. It's fine. It has the same principle as a metal turning lathe. You got the spindle and your tailstock, and you got your bedways. The difference is a metal turning lathe, you have handles and a carriage for your cutting tool. You don't have that for a wood turner. They are all hand controlled. But yeah, I mean, it's a machine that's designed to spin stuff around, so yeah. Where do I buy all these lathe tools? You can get them basically. Where are you in the world? What country are you from? Netherlands. Look up Ronald Kane. Let me just type in his name. I would recommend getting him a call. He's a really, really nice person, and he is from the Netherlands himself as well. I think that's how it is. I think that's how it is. I cannot pronounce his the name of the store he has, but I think it's something called like Woodturner, Woodturnerai or whatever it is. And I think he would be worth talking to. And he sells equipment, and he will give you a good treatment. I'm not affiliated with him. I met him, and I think he's a nice guy. So that's why I'm sending you over to him. And I know he will give you a good treatment. Just say that Benjamin from Denmark says hello. And that's it, really. Not sure that will give you a discount, or he will raise the prices because of that. But just say I said hello, and we'll do some Googling, yeah. So let's see where we are with the sure, did you find him? Found him, Bruno Kane. Yeah, there you go. That's the guy. He will take care of you, don't worry. And he does have a YouTube as well, so you can watch some of his stuff if you want to. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. I cannot pronounce that at all. Woodturning. I'm not sure. No worries, man. But yeah, anything you want to know, just feel free to ask, and I'll be happy to guide you. Woodturning. Yes, of course, wood turning related. Yes, 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 yes. So let's see if we get this speed up a lot higher. We can. That is 2000 RPMs. It's a really nice speed to hollow a ball at, in my opinion. The average cost of a wood turning lathe. Let me ask you another question. What would you like to be able to do on that lathe? What kinds of things, projects, would you like to be able to do? And how big? You tell me that, you get an answer for that, and I will tell you a rough price of a new lathe. What you should expect of paying. Right? Making balls, trusses for stairs, you should expect for a new lathe, a good lathe, for a complete set with everything you need, 2,000 to 3,000 euros. Dude, this is a horrible gouge. And the price, that's in the low end. Well, you can get more expensive lathe and more expensive tools, and you can spend this lathe here, for instance, that's 8,000 euros. So you can see it goes up. It can go up quite a bit. But a 16-inch lathe, you should expect to spend about a couple of thousand euros on the lathe itself. Basically, it all depends on what you want to do on the lathe, because a lathe like mine, like I said, that's a lot of money, but you don't have to get one like that. You can get something, you know, are you going to do a production wood turner? It's going to make you a living from this. Yes, you want a lathe like this, and they're normally 230 volts with a frequency inverter on them, but they have 3 phases motor, 230 volt per phase. So yep. yeah, so 2,000 to 3,000 euros, that should get you going pretty well. I think that's a fair assumption to make if you haven't got anything. Most lathes are 1.2 meters in length. Well, it varies quite a bit. Like the 1624 from Bird Group, that is only, I think you got the turning length of 80 centimeters, or between 60 and 80. But you can get an extension bed for that, so you can get like 1.5 meter or close to. So it varies quite a bit depending on your brand and your requirement. Well, the extensions are nice when you pull away the tailstock, so they're not in the way. I have extension on mine, but that's really only because sometimes I do really long pieces, like newel post, so that's why I need that extension. Yeah, used lathe are like they're, if you're able to find something that with the nice quality, because here in Denmark, finding a used lathe with a good quality lathe it's getting harder and harder. Well, it turns a little bit now because it's starting to, but you know, it's not that easy, and you want to stay away from those with like tube framing. Basically, I wouldn't recommend that. So stay away from all them made of tubes, or have the bed made out of bent metal, plate metal. Stay away from those. They will only cause you trouble. They're not sturdy and steady, so just get rid of those and don't even look. You need something with a cast iron bed, Morse taper 2, and a 33mm spindle. If you can find all that in a lathe, you're good to go. And you just need the right motor. I would go as minimum a 2 horsepower motor as a minimum. If you want to make balls, 2 horsepower, that's what I will go for. Well, depending on what you want to spend, cast iron is the best. You can get steel, bet, like I have, but then you're in the high brackets. My goats is getting dull really quickly. Let's see, how deep do I want to go? Yeah, I got quite a bit more. That's true, Richard, to a certain extent. But again, cast iron is soft. And if you got some steel that is just thick enough, it shouldn't matter. That's why it's so awful. There's a big nut down there. That's why it's making me fight so hard for it. Hello, wherever you are. I just need to sharpen this. So let's see. Okay, I think this is going to work. Let's see. Oh, right. So that's a lot better. Now, should I make this a lot thinner? I really want to, but I'm scared because of all these bits and pieces we got all here. Because this is not working properly. So let's see. Right. Looks like that nut is going to go away. Thank you, Millie. If I can put CA glue on it, which knot are you talking about? The knot here on the outside? Or the bottom? Now that bottom one's not going to go anywhere, that's sure. That's for sure. I'm not going to use CA glue. I'm just going to leave it as is. And hey Demi. So let's see where we are at with this. Go a bit faster. I'm just trying to have another few cuts from the rim. Should I go? Now this is something I would never recommend. Going from the inside towards the outside, because that will normally create a risk of you getting caught, getting a catch when you get close to the side of the ball. But if you're really careful and stop in time, there's a good chance that you'll be successful without getting the catch there. Alright, so let's see though where we are with this. And I need to feel. Now we've got a big lump here, and I was kind of expecting that, and I need to take that away. A little torn grains, not too bad though. So I'm going to try with something I normally don't try that often, and use my negative rake carbide. And I need another handle for that, probably that one. No? I need to find another gripper. That one would do probably. There we go. That will do. Now this negative rake carbide should make it so that it's a nice transition. Without too many torn grain. This is one of the times that carbide might be worth giving a go. We'll see. If the entire piece is fucked up after this, I'll be a little bit upset, I'm not gonna lie, but it's fixable. Carbide are known for not leaving a great surface. But what I did here, first of all, I used a negative one. Second of all, I tilted on the side so it's even more light cut. And that gives like really thin cut, and actually, it's actually really good. And also on the side here is not too bad, so I'm just gonna finish that up really. Yeah, you love carbides because they're easy, yeah? That's alright though. They have their uses, I'm not gonna lie. They definitely have their use cases. Hey, Rock Dog. So yeah, if you ever want to use a scraper, I would recommend not to, and to get a carbide instead, because it doesn't have to be sharpened that often. And with a little bit of practice and a little bit of luck, you can achieve rather remarkable surface with it without getting into much trouble. So I'm just going to go with this again here in this, what is it, that area. So about there. I'm trying to get that a little bit of cleaner cut, because sanding at that point is annoying, because that's the next thing we're going to do. And we're going to think about what, are we going to use some colors on this? Are we going to add some colors? Do we have time for that? Well, maybe. We are most definitely not gonna add lacquer to this piece. That is for sure. All right, I think that should be it, really. Thank you for the subscriptions. I appreciate you. We're now up to, well, we're way past 5,000 now, so that's cool. All right, so now this is ready for sanding. Now, on the outside, do I want, hello Ari, do I want a thinner ball? Because if I do, it's going to be the outside that's going to get thinner. At least I'm going to give it a few cuts just to clean it up, really. A little bit bad grain up here. Alright, so quick, a really sharp new gouge, because this is supposedly, hopefully, going to be the last pass, right? I'm just going to get rid of the bulk of this material, and then you go back, pick up the cut, try to go a little bit thin, make sure to have a good contact with the tool towards the ball, and then we're getting shavings like this. And that's what we want to see, because if you do that, you will have minimal sanding on your piece, right? So that's what we want to, that's what we're going after, and that's how it's supposed to be. Right, now let's sand this baby. Before we do that, I want to make one little thing, just one little thing to like take this from like a standard thing to a little wee bit extra. It's not going to take a lot, but I want to make a little bit of a indentation here. That's all. Thank you, Chris. Now we can go to short deacceleration right now. Now, oh, that's really close to going through here. There's actually there are a hole. That's fine. That's fine. And this, I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm just going to polish it up. I could add some CA glue, but I'm not going to. Right. .30 is when the white boim's starting to melt. I can tell you that much. So we European are not much for heat, as you can tell. Right, just really important to make sure that all the tool marks are gone and all the pressure marks are gone. Because if they are away, not there anymore, it's going to be a lot easier for the rest of the sanding process, that's for sure. I'm just going to make sure. Okay, so that's good. Sand the inside. Yeah, I'm just going to put the red handle away. So yeah, just going to leave that there and just put it to the side so you know. If I die, you're gonna have it. No, it was the shortest way from my workbench to my tool rack. So, shortest way. And there just happened to be a camera there. I don't think I'm going to stain it NB Music. I'm not sure if I will stain it. I was thinking about staining it red on the inside or blue. Hello, Robert. But I haven't decided yet. I don't think I have time for it because I still need to make sure everything is a little bit packed. We need to pack because we're leaving really early in the morning, like 4 o'clock in the morning or something. That's when we're going to leave. So everything needs to be packed before we go. Match the handle for you people. But if I make it red, I still need to add lacquer to it a little bit anyway. And I was not planning on acting using lacquer today, to be honest. Oops. So not planning on doing that. But you guys are evil. Like Big Meg, you know, he is actually a nice guy. You know, you might not think it, but he's a reasonable dude. What happened? Huh. My phone died. So I cannot hear myself talk anymore. I'm guessing that's alright then. And normally I can hear myself talking all the time. Whoops. So I can hear, if I lose my train of thought, I can always get back to it like that. But my phone died. I don't know why. Yeah, you kind of did, all of you. Took my plant and threw it out the window. I mean, I think I like it, so this piece is going to take a little while. So I'm not sure that I'm really agreeing with what you guys are saying I should do. There you go. Looks like my phone is back online. I mean, I could just put some wax on it, but I'm not sure that that's going to be the best looking option. Alright, so should we just add the colour and make you guys happy? I'm not sure that would be I mean, this is a beautiful ball as it is, really. I actually think it looks really cool as it is. We're going to make it forwards green because I'm going to the Black Forest. Right, I'm going to the Black Forest on holiday in Germany, so we're going to use green. No colour, it's oak. Yeah, but you haven't seen the other one I did in red with oak. Okay, gonna leave it down.
So what kind of finish should we put on it? What kind of finish? I don't want to use the wax because that's just going to create issues, because I don't think that's going to be good. I can use some Danish oil and that will be it really. It's a nice and easy finish, and I'm not going to go over my time with that. So I'm just cleaning a little bit here. Now when I say go over my time, it's you know, I need to a matte finish. You know, we can use the matte lacquer. It's not hard to do, and it's not that difficult to apply. That's matte lacquer, gloss lacquer. Should we just put the bit of colour? Now if I had the colours from Emma Cook, the tiny turner, that would be great for the rim. Actually, I think sky blue. To be honest, no, we're going to do sky blue, and that's going to be it. And I think that's going to be cool. And a matte lacquer on top of it. I can always polish it after. That's what I'm going to do. You can see before I go any further, I need a little bit of masking tape, to be honest. If the colour goes over, I can just really quickly take that off with a gouge or whatever. It's a little bit low with colour. I think I need to. Just need to get it, and add it, and fill up the little compartment there. And I put the gloves on because blue fingers going on holiday. It's like the movie The Deep. Have you seen that one? When he comes out of the bathroom with blue hands. Because he went into the toilet, the chemical toilet, for a ring. Engagement ring or whatever it was. If I do it like that, the chances of the color laying in lines, it is really, really high. And so I try to avoid doing that. Hello, Robert. No, it's not a CNC lathe. That's a manual lathe. I don't have a CNC lathe, even though I would like one. They're just expensive. Replace the gloves, because now we're done with the colour. And did the colour go over the edge? No, it didn't. I need to sand that quite a bit. So make sure that looks proper. I cannot like leave it like that. Wait, is that anywhere near? I could make it near this. But again, that would be, yeah. Yeah, the colour always makes stuff a little bit more fun, right? It makes stuff a little bit more fun. Well, thank you for all that. Yeah, that helped quite a bit there, so that's something that was good. I'm just waiting for that. That collar should be dry now. I should add in some sanding sealer really soon. I haven't done it yet because if I'm not done sanding and I had wet sanding sealer, the dust from the sanding will cling to it. We don't want that really, do we now? Well, yeah, thank you for that. I hope it does that because this is one of the more expensive lathes on the market, and so yeah, it should like be a little little bit better quality all around than some of the other stuff that we see out there. Can I maybe? Yeah, I could. Okay. I'm trying to clean that a little bit with the negative carbide. Just because I don't think it's perfect. What's the name on my airbrush? Well, it doesn't have a name really. It's one of the cheap Temu ones. Okay, I hope this is nice and smooth now. Yeah, still need some work down there. Okay, so that's one. What is the other one? I had another piece of second paper. There it is. So this is going to be worth it. I hope. So that's about right. Okay, we're happy with that. Now let's get this clean and start doing the thingy with the thing and the things. Right, where did I put my? There it is. Yeah, that's the one. Yep, exactly. That's what we want, really. The thingy with the things. That is exactly what we want. Yeah, the blue looks good. But the camera, that's how it should look. Because the light makes it a little more bright. On the outside, what we're going to do there, probably just going to add some oil to it and leave it raw, just some oil, and that's it. The inside is going to be lacquered like this, matte lacquered, of course. Because we don't have that much time, really. Yes, I did start this from a raw log about 3 hours ago. Is when I started it. It was actually half log because that's what we normally use as a wood turner. But yes, that's all of it. It is, yeah. Just need this to dry a little bit. Do 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 do. As soon as this is dry, I can just take my Longworth, my coal jaws, and flip it over, and and do the bottom of it. And this is a really cool piece of kit. You cannot see that, so that's alright. It turned out to be 26 centimeters. So let's see, half of 26, that's 13. So I need to go to that one and that one. So that's be the third away from the outside. Oh yeah. Yeah, that should do. Oh, the solvent. I can smell the solvent from the piece. And it should be almost dry by now. It don't look it though, so I'm just going to wait a little bit more. Because down there in the middle, it still looks a little bit wet. Don't touch, no. We've been over that quite a few times, haven't we? This here's dry, that's for sure. Up there. It is dry enough. Alright, that's cool. Right, so get that back up there on the wall of chucks. This one there and there. Oh, I'm just gonna get this puppy on. Right, so that there. So that's that. Right, that's a really clever bit of kit, this. That's cool. That is good. Now the plan is to remove the foot here, and of course I'm going to have some tailstock support. So let's get the support in. Yay! Support. Alright, tailstock. That's just going to support it so it doesn't drop off. Go support, and we should just make sure that we start this on low RPM for 2 reasons. Make sure that everything is nice and tight. Right, and take the speed up. Now this unit cannot go over 1200 RPM because of the disc there, and that's fine. Just going to do a few pull calls. Now we have to work a little bit slower than normally. But we'll see if we can do. This is the maximum rated speed for this unit, and it does make things a lot easier. Now, should I leave this with a high foot on it, or should I just make it flat on the bottom? What do you guys think? Medium. So a small ring. Hey, Mike, what's up, dude? Welcome in, mate. Now, if you ever went to the Whacking Shacks page, just have a look at him, and he's he's such a beautiful man with the beard and the hair and everything. I mean, it's nothing beats that. Well, that's a good looking man.
What's up, dude? Did you guys sleep well? How late was it last night before you ended? Yeah, man, that's cool. That's always nice. It's always nice. I must say I was really impressed with you at 10 p.m. Oh, about 10 p.m. your time. So that'd be about 5 at night my time. That's alright then. So it's another 4 hours after I left. Or thereabout. Slow the feet. Why do you want me to slow the feet? The feet rate? Yeah, nice of him to finally show up, yeah? I'm wondering what we're doing on Spun Day today. Oh yeah, you're going live later, aren't you? Yeah, I'm sorry to inform you, I'm not going to be able to make that one. So I'm leaving on holiday tomorrow morning really early. Ha ha ha. That's funny, Nikolai. I should probably use a spindle goat for that. The problem is I cannot get close enough. Yeah, that'll be it. No stream next Sunday, unfortunately. So I'm going to take a week off from streaming. It's just, I cannot bring my lathe, even though I want to. It's not possible to take that there, and I'm going to keep everybody posted. I'm going to make my update still, so don't worry. But I'm not gonna. take a media lathe with you. Yeah, don't yeah, nah. I'm gonna have a week off, dude. I think my wife would be somewhat upset if I put a lathe into the back of the car. And I wouldn't even know where to set up in that like apartment that we're renting for a couple of weeks, almost 2 weeks. So nah, it would probably be best to keep the marriage. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna miss it. I love my workshop, I love my lathe, but you know, going live with just a phone after all the effort I put into my entire stream setup, it's gonna make me no. I don't want to do that anymore. It worked. It was okay. I just don't want to anymore. I'm gonna miss my stream deck. I'm gonna miss all the angles I can get and my big monitor that I can read chat and all that stuff. So no. Do it. Nah, dude. You're gonna have to have a week with that. You could stream, Michael, right? You could make a live and stream, right? Or Big Mac. Yeah, there are plenty of turners down in Germany. But nah. A week off. That would be good. And don't do that often. See? Michael, you got at least one viewer. And I mean, one viewer, that's worth it, isn't it? I mean, it's not the quality of the viewer, it's the number. So Big Max is okay. Oh, you need 88 more subs. Am I sub to your channel? Huh. Don't know if I am. If I'm not, I will definitely give you a sub. Don't worry. You can link your channel here. Right? Well, your channel name is Michael Wilson. I can promise you that much. Yeah, man. If everybody here subbed to Michael's channel, he would be able to go live. So just drop your channel, mate. We're almost done with this now. I really appreciate the last one still hanging around. They are the true peeps. The true peeps. There you go. It's up to Michael. I'm just going to do that straight away. Right? There you go. I think actually I already were. I think I was one of your 12, mate. I must have been one of your 12. And that's how you make a foot. Anyway, that's how you can make a foot. Just gonna leave that like that because why not? Now for all you wood turners out there, whenever you make the bottom of any piece, make sure it is concave, like that. Not flat, because making it flat, the chances are it will not sit flat on the table. So if you make a ring or a concave, then it will sit flat even on an uneven surface. So that's just a little trick. Alright, so that's it. So let's see if the inside is all messed up now.
So a little bit of steel wool would smooth this out a little bit because it's a little bit rough right now. A little bit of a 0000 steel wool. Not a lot though, just a little bit. I should actually clean this up quite a bit now. So let's just get that. Yeah, it works really well. So it's not feeling rough, it's feeling smooth, but still have that satin feel and look to it, like the lacquer gave it. And there it is. Right, let's give it a little bit of a little bit of oil, because it would just look good. Go. Something to protect the bet with. The bet. Because that's something we should think about just a little bit now, every now and then. Right, let's see. It's still recording, that's good. Now I'm actually getting hungry because I haven't eaten. Let's get some of that Danish oil from Vivo. I think that's I think it's a really good product, to be honest. Just hoping that they would sponsor me for saying that, but they don't, so I do that on my own accord, and I would even keep doing that too. Yeah, but I'm not giving you links. So let's see. Now I need a little bit of a container for that oil. I have these cups here, they're a bit high, but I have a blade, and that should there you go. Alright. Now this is Danish oil that hardens, and it's really clean, so that's why I like it. And it just gives it a nice lustrous look and feel, and it really protects the piece. So I mean, that's well worth it. So just a couple of layers of this will protect it for really well. Just one layer will be enough for just like making sure that it will last a long time anyway. So for a piece like this, it's not going to have much wear on it, so I'm just going to give it one layer. Oops. So let's see. Like really natural, everything on the outside here. Like I left the cracks. I didn't feel the cracks with anything. I just left it, and I think that's cool. Even got a little bit of sapwood here still there on the outside. There it is. We got a knot hole from a knot here, and it doesn't matter because it's just a nice piece, natural piece in my opinion. So yeah, that is, there you have it, and I think that was well worth it. What do you guys think? Very nice, thank you, Judge. Can use stainless oils on color. I was wondering why nobody was chatting. If you use stainless oils on color, yes, if the colors are completely dry, you can, but there are a good chance that the oil would there's a good chance that the oil could take some of the colors off or move it around. So there's a good chance of that. So I would be careful. She got a little bit of Danish oil on her lacquer, and I really tried to avoid that. Yeah, the oil would smear, that's what they call the Harry Lorento. Coming in just at the end here. Were you there here all the entire time, dear Judge? If you were, I really appreciate that. It's really some dedication. I know Big Mac's been here ever since he was here the first time. Michael comes and goes, so that's fine. Well, there we have it, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That is it. The final product. Now, someone needs to clean up this mess. I don't know who's that going to be. That's going to be, but not to forget Nikolai. Yeah. As soon as I set, luckily I said that before you typed that, but because of the delay, you will hear that afterwards. But yeah, Nikolai as well. He is he's dedicated. I appreciate you, Nikolai. Is your sister still interested in those knife blanks? Because they haven't sold any of those really. So if you want some of them, just let me know. I'll give her a good price on those. I did that last in high school in the 60s. Enjoyed the presentation. Oh, so you did some woodturning back in the 60s? Yeah. But yeah, thank you for coming, everybody. That's going to be it for today. Yeah, that is going to be it for today. I'm just gonna go relax a little bit. I'm not gonna clean up before I go on vacation, so I'm gonna come home to this mess, which is fine. It is what it is. I could maybe clean up a little bit later tonight, but I don't know. As soon as we have dinner, we're gonna sit down and watch a movie, and as soon as that movie ends, we're gonna go to bed, all of us. So after that, maybe we're going to go to bed because we're going to leave really early in the morning. So that's it, really. So I don't have, and right now it's about 4 o'clock here in Denmark. Well, 22:04. So thank you for that, Big Max. I appreciate that. I enjoyed that. I did. Let me just show you the cut-offs. I don't think you saw that at the beginning. This was the cut-offs. So those are the cut-offs. So the ball will inside this. So it looked like I removed so much material, but to be honest, I really didn't. When it all comes down to it, the workshop floor says I did, but I think I got the best piece out of it as I could. So yeah. Anyways. I'm gonna go now. You all have a good day. Thank you for watching. And be good to the world, and the world will be good to you. Have a good day. See you in 2 weeks, and sleep well.